this funding, what else do you target in order to balance the budget?
Well, there's a process for that. There's a process where we go through, we have recommendations from DESE, we go through the appropriations process through committee and through the budget. This should not be determined just on a letter signed by the appropriation chair in the Senate and the budget chair. They do not speak for the General Assembly. Those are the priorities that you make in a budget, and that's the type of thing that we should go through and have that. I'm convinced when people at the state of Missouri say, how does this affect their kids and the services that they're getting in their classrooms, they're going to want to make sure that we fund this in some manner.
I spoke with Alan last week, and he said the money just isn't there. If the money's not there, I mean, how can we continue to fund it? Or I mean, are there other places to find it?
Well, again, there's a process for that, and he is not the only person who serves the people of Missouri. There's members of the General Assembly and appropriation process that we go through, and that's the way the process should happen. We believe that this is a higher net priority, that when we go through the process, we should do that. What he's essentially doing is going back on the commitment that happened before, and we don't think that's right.
So part of your objection isn't just the issue, it's how the budget chairman went about this.
Yeah, absolutely, both.
When you come in, will you have suggestions about what other cuts you might make in order to make sure this money's there?
I mean, we've always had suggestions. We are very active. We have great members of the Budget Committee and the Appropriations Committee that go through and do what you're supposed to do during a budget process and make those priorities. We believe this is an important priority to maintain.
Is this letter that's moved by Representative Issa, do you see this as a signal that education is no longer off the table as far as budget cuts? Because in the past few years, no matter how tight the budget's been, it has not been cut. Yeah, is this signal more than just career ladder?
Well, I think it is a signal, and I guess I'd take a step back in your question. When they put the new foundation formula, it is, you know, our belief's still not there. So I do disagree with the premise that education has never been on the table. But this is a very clear signal that they're going to go after things that hurt our students in the classroom.
From talking with other legislators, it's looking like the budget next year is going to be very rough as far as the revenue situation. In regards to this program and other Democratic priorities, how do you fight for them when you're swimming upstream with revenue going down and all these other priorities that are going to be happening?
Again, we go through that process. We go through that appropriation process, and we make sure. This is a program that helps our teachers improve the lives of their kids, of the education system. It's a priority. It's a priority of everyone that's ever put their name on a ballot, saying when they care about the future of our kids, this is a tangible thing that we can make sure we protect.
Is there any other particular program you're fearful could be cut because of the budgetary situation besides this one specifically?
I'm fearful of many things. I'm mostly fearful of the idea in this General Assembly that the budget chair can write a letter and then that's the end of the conversation.
Representative Issa said that he meant that as a warning that it's a potential chopping block item. Do you think that he shouldn't have sent that warning?
I don't think that he made it as a warning. He sent an official letter and said that was the intent of the General Assembly. He didn't phrase it as a warning. He phrased it as that's what he wants to do. And again, the wrong priorities.
I know they're not here, but do you have any